What are you reading? Nothing! Why are you acting funny? Why are you all sweaty? I'm not sweaty. Don't judge me! Oh, I'm judging. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the library. So today we're reading smut. Not really, but it is the spiciest things I have on my shelf, but I'm also kind of a baby. Taylor Jenkins Reid, oh my goodness. Who can write a story like Taylor Jenkins Reid? Matter of fact, as I say that, I can only think of like one other comes to mind, and that's Frederick Bachman, which is one of my all-time favorite authors. But guys, I mean, how in that small of a space do you pack someone's whole life in, where you feel all of it? And you know me, I got to figure out what is the magic behind that writing. And I do think I figured it out. I'm going to share that with you. So many things I love, but we're going to get into the spicy stuff here a little later. But first, I just got to talk about her books. I love, because I grew up in Southern California, I love that it's set in California. And she is so good at grabbing that vibe. Of course, Malibu Rising, right? I surfed. I worked on boats on the ocean. I know this life, my friends. I think of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, just that old Hollywood. You know, in the 70s, I saw the original Star Wars at the Grauman's Chinese Theater with my parents. So I know that life, that world. And then, of course, Daisy Jones and the Six, California, drugs, sex, and rock and roll. You know, and I love California. And she paints a true picture of it, though, because there's that Disneyland, that facade. But then there's also a darker way that you can go. You know, again, there's the drugs, there's the greed, there's the pride. There's darkness behind it if you allow it. And so these books, they're kind of a warning, you know, and at the end of this, it's about what's really important. She said that she would have just given up all the fame, her name never be remembered, if she would have just remembered or known what was important: family and love. And you know, this book is probably the most quotable. Can I just read you something that's so beautiful? And as a matter of fact, this is the only Taylor Jenkins Reid that I have highlights all throughout it. But it doesn't take anything away from the others. It's the story. It's the life. But listen to this. Is this beautiful? It says, people think that intimacy is about sex, but intimacy is about truth. When you realize you can tell someone your truth, when you can show yourself to them, when you can stand in front of them bare, and the response is, you are safe with me. That is intimacy. Chills. My friends, is beautiful. Her writing is beautiful. Probably my favorite book out of the series, Daisy Jones and the Six. I absolutely loved it. And if you never read any of her stuff, I would probably recommend you start there. Now, am I recommending you read Taylor Jenkins Reid? No. Yes. I don't know. You know, it's not my morals, you know. Like I said, I'm a bit of a baby. I'm old-fashioned. But the story she tells, and you know, a lot of things I look at as, and I think she covers that well. It's kind of like life lesson. It's a warning. It's a don't go down that path. You know, and people will take things differently. You know, and so you just got to know yourself. How will you react to these books? And then it's up to you. So the magic behind it and the spice, I think that's what I'm thinking is makes it memorable. I've read so many books and you forget them. And I think it's because she goes into such detail that it sticks with you like that. For instance, like when they go into the laundry room, I don't really need to or want to hear about the blow by blow sex that is taking place. I got an imagination. They can just say they went into the laundry room and I can kind of think what happened. She tells exactly what's going on and the emotion and the feeling behind it, and it sticks in your head. And you know, there's a reason I don't like horror. I don't like a lot of gore. You know, in my fantasy, if they stab someone with a sword, I don't need to hear exactly what's taking place, and it's too much. When you can just kind of gloss over it, and you know what happened, but you don't have to look too close. Right? But then it doesn't really stay with you. And oh my God, you're probably thinking, Magus, do you always have to go here? I do. I was thinking about it though. Think about like the Bible. And if it was written like that, like when Moses said, go in and kill men, women, and children, right? We gloss over that. We learned that since we were kids. No big deal. If they went into Taylor Jenkins Reid, like just imagination and seeing it and what they're thinking and feeling, and the child's arms cut off and screams out and the mom is crying, no, not my baby, not, and the blood spew, you'd be like, what the fuck am I reading? You know, and so maybe we do need more of that in our writings. I don't know, but I do know this. This is why her writings stick in my mind. Throughout the day, a different scene will pop into my mind. And it's because of the detail that she puts into it. Okay, so for Daisy Jones and the Six, probably, I would have to say it's my favorite. I've heard it recommended that you listen to the audiobook because the way that it's written out, it's like an interview and a lot of different people. But my friend, I've read Virginia Woolf and her stream of consciousness. I could handle it. And I did. And I loved reading it. But I hear the audiobook is amazing. But the story, again, my friends, you enter the life of this band. And what's amazing, you fall in love, of course, with Daisy. But all the characters, I don't know how she does it in that much space and time where you just feel for every character. I mean, her books, they'll make you laugh, they make you feel, they make you cry. It's a roller coaster. It's beautiful. It's what I love in books. And another thing I love about books is when it's tied with music. You know, and for me, the whole time I'm picturing Fleetwood Mac, right? This is Stevie Nicks. And so I was able to lose myself in that. The soundtrack was playing in my mind, you know, and I love that. I love when as a matter of fact, we got to talk about this. Don't let me forget. I want to talk about The Great Gatsby. And because I've got a music CD that goes along with it. The movie is awesome. I love it when you have all that. I think of like Phantom of the Opera. I love the book. I love the play. I love the music. I love it when it creates just a whole world like that. And so Fleetwood Mac was just going through my head the whole time as I'm reading this. And oh, what a wild ride, guys. And then Malibu Rising, this was probably my least favorite, but I still loved it. And another cool thing, I don't know if I mentioned this, but like in all of her novels, you'll see some of the same characters from other books in it and how they tie together. And I absolutely love that. But Malibu, surfing, the beach, I mean, she just captures it. I mean, you feel like you have sand in your bathing suit when you're done reading this. And I absolutely love that. So anyway, guys, that's my spicy books I wanted to share with you. And you know, just an amazing author, an amazing writer. What a gift. And I think I want to do maybe Frederick Bachman here pretty soon. I'm almost scared to even tackle him because I love him so much, but we got to do it. All right, guys, I love you, and we'll see you next time.